Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is UFC Ambassador. In this video, we're going to be going over my bets and predictions for Imavov versus Borralho. We're going to be talking about fighters like Borralho, Imavov, Mauricio, Ruffy, BSD, Losene, Keita. So it should be a good set of fights, guys. Let's get started with the first fight. Alright guys, so for the main event in Paris, we have Nassourdine Imavov versus Chao Borralho. Guys, I'm just gonna show you my pick. I'm picking Imavov to win by decision. I don't know, man. I just think Imavov is just that good. I just think he's gonna get past Borralho and just win. I honestly think he might get a finish, but I kind of don't want to underestimate Borralho too much, and I think Imavov at least will get a decision win. Regardless, I think Imavov is just gonna win. I feel like Borralho is well-rounded enough to like cause some problems, but overall, I feel like Imavov is just gonna have the bigger moments, if not get a finish. Ever since he beat Adesanya, I was like, wow, this guy is pretty decent. He has some power. So I feel like he can at least be for sure better on the feet, and Borralho is gonna only have the ground game to kind of like maybe save him. If not, that's probably what his game plan is gonna be. I think. I don't think he's gonna want to strike with Imavov. I feel like Borralho's gonna want to take it to the ground, maybe grind it out, maybe just kind of pressure Imavov and just control the fight and win by points. But I feel like Imavov is just going to have the better striking and he's going to have the bigger moments and maybe even finish Borralho. But just in case, I'm going to go decision. Right now, the odds have Imavov at a minus 101. Borralho's a minus 119, so it's pretty much a pick 'em, and I agree. I could see why. I'm a little surprised. I thought Imavov would be like the slight favorite, so not much of a big difference regardless. So I'm picking Imavov on this one, guys. Let me know what you guys are picking on this one. I'm pretty confident, and I don't think I'm going to switch this pick. I just have a feeling. I usually don't say that, but I feel like Imavov is just going to win for sure. I usually, and I'm not even a big fan of Imavov, like I think he's all right, I guess, but I think he's going to win. So let me know what you guys think about this one. Let's go to the next fight. All right, guys. So for the co-main event, we have BSD Benoit Saint-Denis versus Mauricio Ruffy. Man, another one, guys, where I'm just like really confident and I'm not gonna switch my pick. I'm picking Ruffy, guys, and I really have a weird feeling he's gonna get a finish for sure. I don't know, man. I just have a feeling about Ruffy. And BSD, honestly, I'm not. What should I say? I'm not impressed by him, but I feel like he's kind of declining, honestly. So I think Mauricio Ruffy is catching him at a perfect moment. I feel like it's for sure like a big fight, and people think it might be a little. I would say I guess a little equal, even though Ruffy is a moderate favorite at a minus 205. I think he should be. I thought he'd be a little bit more of a favorite. So in saying that, I'm very confident that Ruffy and Imavov are gonna win. I'm gonna do a parlay with that one. I'm not gonna say how much. I'm not too sure honestly, but I don't know. I'm usually not this confident, but I'm pretty sure Ruffy's gonna for sure win and Imavov. So yeah, let me know what you guys are picking on this one. And then another kind of separate from the Imavov pick, I feel like Ruffy's for sure gonna get a finish. I feel like ever since I saw what what's his name, Dustin Poirier did to BSD, I was like, wow, man, BSD is not really. I mean, he's like a dog, but I don't know. I feel like he gets hurt too much, or his chin isn't that good. So I feel like if BSD just doesn't like catch Ruffy and end it, I feel like Ruffy can just like point it out. If not, like just kind of take technique his way to a win, or maybe technique his way to a big moment. So regardless, I think Ruffy gets a finish. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one. Let's go to the next fight. Alright guys, so in this next fight we have Bolaji Oki versus Mason Jones. Guys, in this one I was a little conflicted, but I'm for sure leaning Jones to win by decision. I feel like he's just gonna have the better striking. I feel like Oki is gonna try to incorporate the grappling, maybe a little too much, because I feel like on the feet and the striking, I feel like Jones is better. I feel like he has better combinations. Oki just kind of throws his power, and I feel like Jones is going to take advantage of that. So I think Jones could get a finish if he's improving like a lot. But I don't know. I feel like Jones is gonna get a decision win, maybe like a war. Maybe it'll be a good fight back and forth. But I feel like Jones is gonna be able to point it out at least with the bigger moments. Right now the odds have Oki at a plus 155. Jones is a minus 180. And I kind of agree with the odds. I would say it should be a little bit more 50-50, but still, I do think Jones wins on this one, but I'm still not too confident. I feel like if Oki just implements the grappling and maybe even improves in his striking, maybe like more in terms of technicality or just choosing his shots better, or maybe just having better defense over Jones, he could win. But I just don't see that happening. I feel like Oki's gonna for sure rely too much on the grappling and try to get the win that way. I feel like Jones is just gonna have the bigger moments, and as long as he stays up, I think he should be able to win here. So let me know what you guys are picking for this one. Let's go to the next fight. All right, guys. So in this next fight, we have Modestas Bukauskas versus Paul Craig. Guys, and in this one, it kind of reminds me of GM3 versus Michael Exchange in terms of like Bukauskas being the more dangerous striker, just the more dangerous fighter, I would say overall, but more so striking. And then Paul Craig kind of being the submission guy. And I feel like in this one, I feel like Paul Craig only has the ground game, and Bukauskas, as long as he stays on the feet, he's gonna win. Right now, the odds have Bukauskas. Am I saying his name right? I don't even know. Modestas at a minus 285. Craig is a plus 245. So I think it's pretty like a straightforward play on this one. For sure, I'm going to be picking Bukauskas to win by, I feel like, a finish in round 2, similar to GM3, maybe a little extended into the later rounds. Maybe if Paul Craig is like tough enough, which I wouldn't be too surprised either. I feel like it could go decision for Bukauskas. But I don't know. I feel like Modestas for sure wins, and I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes Craig. And as for betting, I'm for sure going to be betting Craig to win by like a submission, maybe a TKO. I don't see a decision. I just don't see that unless like Craig just controls the fight and Modestas is just shit on the or crap on the ground. You know, I kind of doubt that though. So like I said, like I'll probably just put like 50 cents on Paul to win. You know, on something, maybe a submission, maybe like $1 or something. 50 cents for a submission, 50 cents for KO. You never know, ground and pound or something. But regardless, I think Modestas probably wins here. So let me know what you guys are picking for this one. Let's go to the next fight. Alright guys, so in this next one we have Ziam, the French guy, versus Fernandes, the Brazilian. Guys, in this one, I'm pretty sure Ziam is going to win. Like, I feel like this is I wouldn't say it's a lock, but I feel like it's a confident pick, that's for sure. I think Ziam is going to win. Mostly because it's in France, and I feel like it's his home country. I feel like every time it's a French card he fights, maybe that's what it is, I don't know. Maybe it's coincidence, who knows. Most likely it's because he lives in France. But I'm picking Ziam to win by decision. Usually, in the last 5 fights, 4 of them have gone to decision. Only he's gone to finish over Matt Frevola, which I don't want to blame the coach, but Matt Frevola was getting beat up after round 1. And yeah, Ziam is pretty decent in terms of like defense and striking. Fernandes, on the other hand, yeah, he has 2 fights in a row, but it was over Garam, Kutalazde, the guy that hangs out with Kamzat, and Muhammad Yahya. So I don't really put too much merit into those wins. I'm not really that impressed by it. And he lost to Mark Diakisi by split decision. So I think Ziam for sure gets this win. I don't think Fernandes is going to win here. Right now the odds have Ziam at a minus 350 and Fernandes is a plus 285. And I kind of agree with the odds. I feel like Ziam is for sure the pick here. I'd be surprised if Cal wins here. I feel like it'd be for sure an upset, and I just don't think it's going to happen. I kind of don't even want to bet on Fernandes, honestly. Like, maybe I'll just throw 50 cents on him just to, like, hedge or just to, you know, have some hope in case Ziam is, like, starting to lose or something. But I highly doubt it. I think Ziam is one of my more confident picks. I would say close to Ruffy winning and Imavov winning. Like, I feel like I'm for sure doing a parlay with Ziam, Ruffy, and Imavov to win. So let me know what you guys are picking for this one. I feel like it for sure goes to decision though. I feel like Ziam, I don't think he's gonna get another finish. I think he's gonna win another decision win. I feel like he's gonna be careful. He's like, you know, he's getting close to like getting maybe a title shot or contender or something like that. So I feel like he's gonna be careful and just get a unanimous. So yeah, let me know what you guys are picking for this one. Comment below. Let's go to the next fight. Alright guys, so in this next one we have Patricio Pitbull versus Losene Keita. Guys, in this one, I was a little conflicted, not gonna lie. I'm going to be switching my pick to Losene. At first I was picking Pitbull because I was like, who the heck is this Losene Keita guy? Because honestly, I didn't know who he was. Even though, you know, you see the 2 belts there from Octagon. Even then I was still kind of like, whatever, you know. Pitbull's decent. He beat Ige, so he should be able to beat this guy I've never heard of, right? So I was like, you know what, I'll pick Pitbull. But then I started looking into it. And apparently Losene he could have gotten into the UFC earlier. I guess he's like 26 years old, so he's really young, and he's getting better, and he's already a 2 weight division champion over there in Octagon. And he, I saw this like article about him talking about how like he could have gone to the UFC, but he's getting paid well over there at Octagon, like pretty decent money, and he's just kind of running laps around everyone. And I think his only loss comes from like a foot injury or something like that. I'm pretty sure that was his only loss. Yeah, he's 10-1. No, I'm sorry, 16-1, and his only loss. He's 27 years old. 10 wins in Octagon, and one of the losses came from a foot injury. So I don't really blame him, obviously. It even says foot injury on Typology in round 1. And then since then, he's just been like beating everybody. He got a title fight. He won a belt as soon as he came back. And then recently, again, he won another belt. I guess that was at a second weight division. And he got Performance of the Night over there at Octagon. So it seems like Losene is kind of getting thrown into the testing grounds by the UFC, I would say. Because now that Pitbull beat Ige, the UFC is kind of like trying to figure out, like, well, how good is Pitbull, Well, let's find out. If he can be another, like, up-and-coming prospect with a big name, then he's going to be as good as we maybe hope he will be. Or maybe they're hoping Keita is going to be the A-side or the winner here, because I feel like if Keita wins, I feel like he has much more of a selling point. I feel like he'd be more of a star. You see some of his videos on YouTube, and he's like really impressive. He like tries to finish people, and even has a cool Typology photo. So, anyways, I gotta stop praising the guy. I feel like I'm getting a little biased here, honestly, and I might be like getting into the hype. I feel like maybe a little bit into it, but I don't know. I'm just not too impressed by Pitbull either. I don't feel like he got like such a huge win over Ige. I wasn't that impressed. So I feel like Keita has a good chance to finish, and I feel like the UFC might like try to be setting him up. I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of like him. Maybe the UFC likes him too. So maybe there's like some aura to him. So I'm picking Keita to win by, I want to say round 2, round 3 TKO. Man, I feel like it might be late, so I'm gonna go round 3 TKO for Keita, if not a decision. But I feel like it's gonna be a really good fight. I feel like Keita's gonna bring the pressure, and Pitbull is going to try to obviously use his skill and technique and experience to like have a battle, maybe a war. But I don't know. I just don't see Pitbull winning anymore now that I found out more about Keita. Especially because I kind of wanted to pick against Pitbull ever since he came into the UFC, and I picked against him versus Ige. So honestly, it might be a little bit of a what's that word? I don't know. Maybe I have doubts for him, but regardless, I feel like Keita wins here. Let me know what you guys are picking for this one. Let's go to the next fight. Okay, guys, so in this next one, we have Oumar Sy versus Brendson Ribeiro. I feel like a lot of people might agree with me on this one, but I feel like if Sy loses this one, then I think he might be a bum, honestly. Or not, I don't want to say a bum, but I feel like he's not going to be as good as people thought and hoped he was going to be. So I'm still giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to pick round 1 KO. I feel like Sy kind of knows that Ribeiro is going to come out strong, and he's going to have to like match that energy, I would say. So I feel like Sy is kind of gonna be forced to trade with Ribeiro and maybe get a finish over Ribeiro, because I feel like Ribeiro is just not that good right now. Sy is a minus 335, so it seems like a lot of people still agree that Sy, they have hope for him, like I do. Ribeiro is a plus 275. So like I said, yeah, I feel like Ribeiro is kind of like that test to see if like you're a bum or not. Ribeiro's like how many times has Ribeiro lost in the UFC? I want to say twice, maybe 3 times. Let me check. He's 17-8 overall. He's from Brazil. He's 2-3 in the UFC actually. He finished Dr. Nugarze, who turned out to be kind of a bum, getting Kimura twice in a row. He beat Chao Machado. I think it was another Dana White's Contender Series guy. So I don't know. I don't feel like Ribeiro's that good at all. So anyways, I feel like Sy should for sure win here. So let me know what you guys are picking for this one. Let's go to the next fight. Alright guys, so in this next one we have Marcin Tybura versus Ante Delija. Honestly guys, I feel like at this point the UFC is just kind of like throwing heavyweights at their own heavyweights, seeing like what kind of happens. And right now the odds have Tybura at a minus 112, Delija's a minus 108. Honestly guys, I don't know if you guys did, but I don't even know who Ante Delija was. I only keep track of the UFC fighters. Apparently, Ante Delija has fought a bunch of times in the PFL. I think he's been there for a while, actually, in the past, like 4 or 5 years. No, 4 years. So it seems like he's decent. Is 8-3 in the PFL, and he recently got a win over a guy named Yorgan De Castro in the first round. And that guy was 12-7. So, I don't know, maybe the confidence is going to play over, but 2 fights ago, he got finished in round 1 by punches in the knees. So, I don't know, man. I feel like it's kind of like picking PFL versus UFC, and I'm just going to be picking UFC on this one, guys. I think Tybura is just going to get a decision win. I feel like it might be like a boring fight, maybe. I'm not too excited for this one. I don't think either guy is going to like try to like start swinging. I think they're both going to play the technical game, and I don't feel like it's going to be an exciting one, honestly. But maybe I'm being negative. I hope it is. I hope there's a finish. Hopefully there's a heavyweight KO. But you never know. Regardless, like I said, it's like pretty much a pick 'em. But I'm gonna pick the UFC guy in Tybura, even though both of them are pretty old. I would say Tybura's 39, Delija's 35. So I guess it really doesn't matter too much in heavyweight. So let me know what you guys are picking for this one. Let's go to the next fight. All right, guys. So in this next one, we have Andreas Gustafsson versus Rinat Fakhretdinov. Guys, in this one, I was torn. At first, I was picking Rinat, but now I'm picking Gustafsson. I feel like this is gonna be one of those ones where a lot of people talk about going back and forth or kind of seeing both sides winning, and I can see for sure it being 50-50 because the odds do agree with that. Fakhretdinov is a plus 100, Andreas Gustafsson is a minus 120, and I can see why. Rinat's is like what 5-0 in the UFC, but you know, people talk about how he kind of robbed Carlos Leal, and then going split with Nicholas Dalby, and you know, him only beating what Kevin Lee, Brian Battle, you know, I guess back then, who knows. So, you know, it's not really too impressive what the people that Rinat has been beaten. And then as for Andreas Gustafsson, he just came from beating Chaos Williams and 30-26 him. So that's pretty impressive, honestly. And I feel like in this one, I feel like the UFC is kind of throwing like a dog at Rinat. I feel like the UFC is trying to make Rinat lose, or just trying to test to see how much of a dog Rinat is. Because if you see Andreas Gustafsson fight, he's literally like crazy. He'll go like straight forward, trade, and doesn't even care about his own safety. He's gonna like try to hurt you, and he will if you don't catch him or just like make him respect you. I would say he's gonna just keep walking forward and try to finish you. And I think in this one, Rinat is gonna be overwhelmed. Even in the clenching, I feel like Rinat is going to be forced to clench a lot, and he might get tired. I feel like it's going to be a war with this one again. Gustafsson, I feel like he just like forces a war. And I don't think Rinat is going to have the movement to stay away from Andreas. I feel like he's going to be forced to trade with Andreas and kind of make it ugly. And Rinat, I feel like his only advantage is going to maybe to try to take it to the ground. And once it's there, maybe Andreas will have the weakness. But I feel like just getting him down is what the issue is. Right now, the takedown defense for Andreas Gustafsson is 100%. And I'm kind of surprised that Andreas Gustafsson has a takedown average of 6 for 15 minutes from the last 2 fights, I'm guessing, with Chaos and Pitlick. So I'm kind of surprised. But even then, 100% takedown defense. 91 takedown defense for Fakhretdinov, and only 34 takedown accuracy for Rinat. So I feel like if you look at those numbers, it seems like it's going to be a striking match. And I feel like if it's just striking, I feel like Andreas is going to dog it out. So anyways, guys, I feel like Andreas is just going to get a decision win by points, just by, you know, having a war and getting bigger moments, you know, just dogging it out pretty much. I feel like this is going to be a good fight, though, honestly. I don't think there's going to be a finish. I don't think so. Unless Andreas finishes Rinat, maybe. But I don't see Rinat finishing Andreas. At least I don't think so, unless he subs him. So, let me know what you guys are picking for this one. Let's go to the next fight. Alright, guys. So, in this next fight, we have William Gomis versus Robert Ruchała. Guys, in this one, I mean, I just saw some videos. I wasn't sure who Ruchała was, but I saw some videos on YouTube of him fighting. And he seems like a very creative, very long striker who likes the leg kick, who implements the takedowns too. But I think in this one, I feel like Gomis is gonna play, I don't want to say the smart game, but I feel like he's gonna have like a boring decision win. I feel like all he's gonna do to Ruchała is just kind of clench him and just kind of control him on the fence, and maybe even on the ground too. I would assume William Gomis is gonna try to take Ruchała down and control him there, control him on the fence, and just kind of outpoint Ruchała by control time. Maybe hopefully use his jab to beat Ruchała, because I'm gonna be picking Gomis. I'm gonna be picking decision. That's how he usually wins. But I don't know, it's kind of sucky to pick because he lost to Hyder Mill by splits. He barely beat Joe Henderson Brito, which was a good win. You know, I still say it was a good win. And then he went split with Francis Marshall, who's, you know, not that bad either, but still, I don't know, man. I have a weird feeling about this one. I feel like the UFC wouldn't care much if Ruchała, if Gomis loses. I feel like the UFC would kind of want Ruchała to win, because I feel like Ruchała is very, if it goes his way, Ruchała is gonna be striking a lot. He's gonna be landing a lot. He's gonna be like mixing it up a lot. doing kicks, you know, a bunch of. I think both of them might be incorporating the kicks here. So I would hope Gomis has a better kicking game, better Muay Thai clinch game, and he should be able to win this one, especially because William Gomis already has the UFC experience, and Ruchała, you know, he's just coming from KSW, and apparently he had a belt over there. I don't know, man. That's a different promotion, and Gomis has been in the UFC. He's been winning. He only lost a split by Hyder Emil, who I would say is decent, even though Hyder Emil just got finished, I think. He's 11-1. Yeah, he just got finished by Jose Delgado. But Delgado's pretty decent too, obviously. So, regardless, I think Gomis is going to win here. It might be a boring win. Might be another split decision win here. If not a split decision loss for Gomis. So, I'm going to be betting Ruchała to win by split. But I think Gomis is probably going to win here. Unless Ruchała gets a KO, but I don't see that happening. I don't think so. I feel like Gomis has more of a chance of getting a finish, like a submission or something like that. But either way, I think this one goes to decision. So let's go to the next fight. Alright guys, so in this next one we have Sam Patterson versus Trey Waters. Guys, in this one I was a little unsure, honestly. But then I remembered that Sam Patterson has gotten like 3 wins in the first round. I think all of them by submission. Let me double check. He's 13-2. He's fought 4 times in the UFC. He lost his debut to Yanela Shmuz, but ever since then he's been getting first round, 2 submissions, and the third one being hook to ground strikes. So I don't know, man. Patterson is pretty dangerous apparently. I don't see this one going to decision. As for Trey Waters, I don't know, man. I'm just not too impressed by him. He's 9-1 American, 2-0 in the UFC, but his wins come from Billy Ray Goff and Josh Quinlan, especially Josh Quinlan. That's not impressive, you know. So I feel like Sam Patterson for sure has the edge here, and I kind of agree with the odds because I would normally be kind of like 50-50 if Patterson was getting like decision wins, but he's on a hot streak, you know. First round finishes, the confidence is there. I feel like he has the skills. So he should be able to get another first round submission. I would assume. I would assume that's gonna be his plan to take it to the ground because I would assume he would have the advantage there. But you know, now that I'm really thinking about it, I have my doubts. But I don't know. He just keeps doing it. So I'm gonna pick first round. Maybe it's just. I mean, even before his loss to Yanela Shmuz in the first round, he was getting around 2 finishes, and before that, round 1. You know, so there's a lot of finishes with this guy. Either he gets finished, apparently the one time in the UFC, or he gets finishes. So let me know what you guys are picking for this one. I'm still not really too confident in it at all, honestly, because I feel like Trey Waters has a good chance to just survive and get a decision win. So regardless, I'm still picking Patterson at a -175. Trey Waters is a +150. Agree with the odds. Let me know what you guys are picking for this one. Let's go to the next fight. Alright guys, so in this next fight we have Brad Tavares versus Robert Bicevic. Guys, in this one I feel like it's pretty straightforward. I feel like the UFC, at least this is what I imagine. First of all, I'm picking Tavares to win by decision, and the odds aren't really there. I honestly don't know if this was like a late addition to the fight night or not. I don't think so. So regardless, I feel like in my head, I think this is what the UFC is trying to do. I feel like the UFC likes Tavares, so they're giving him like for sure a possible win in Robert Bicevic, who has lost his debut in the UFC. And in terms of like, you know, him debuting in the UFC and already losing to Ihor Potieria out of all people, I feel like Brad Tavares should for sure win here too. I feel like Brad Tavares is going to be a big favorite here. And then, but on the other hand, knowing that Brad Tavares is the A side, the most likely person to win, I feel like the UFC also considers the fact that Robert Bicevic might get a first round finish over Tavares, even though Tavares doesn't get finished often. He has been KO'd 3 times in the first round. The last time he got KO'd in the first round was by Bruno Silva in 2023. So in this one, I'm for sure picking Tavares, but guys, I'm betting a little bit on Bicevic to win in the first round by KO. It looks like most likely he's gonna KO Brad Tavares if he wins. So regardless, I think the right decision should be Brad Tavares, but in terms of betting, I'm pretty sure the value is gonna be there for Bicevic by KO in the first round. So let me know what you guys think about this one. Let's go to the next fight. Alright guys, so for the first fight of the night, or for the last fight of this video, we have a WMMA fight in Sean O'Bannon versus Sam Hughes. Guys, in this one, I think it's straightforward as well. I don't really think I need to talk about this one too much. I think Sam Hughes is going to win. I'm picking her by decision. I feel like a lot of people are going to be picking her to win. Shauna Bannon is not that impressive, guys. I mean, she seems pretty cool, honestly. I think she's, like, likable. But I think Hughes should win here. I'd be surprised if Hughes loses here. But even then, I don't want to think about it too much. I feel like it's pretty straightforward. I don't think either girl is going to get a finish. And I think this one most likely goes to decision, with Hughes having either more control time or just more damage or more points, just more everything. Like I said, if Bannon were to win, maybe a split decision win. Maybe they rob Hughes or something. Or maybe Bannon has the movement or something to keep away from Hughes or the takedown defense, but I doubt that. So let me know what you guys are picking for this one. And that was the last fight of the video, guys. As you guys can see on the screen, I'm back to Diamond, guys. I can't believe it. I'm ranked 979, almost over 1,000. Oh man, it really hurt to see that, honestly, recently, because I was like ranked like 500 and something last week when the Shanghai card happened. And these are my results for last weekend. It was 8 out of 12, 4 perfect. Man, who would have thought that Walker was gonna win? I got that underdog Borjas pick wrong. I got the pick over Kavanaugh wrong. Freaking loner. I should have followed my gut. I did get also I did get the Pereira pick wrong. Who knew he would get finished by freaking what's his face? Man, Mikel's really having a downfall, right? But anyways, those are my results from last weekend. But I did make some money off of Charles Johnson. He mostly saved most of my money, honestly, because he got that second round KO, and I bet on that. So luckily that hit and got most of my money back. If not, I think a little bit more, honestly. I'm not too sure. But anyways, those are my results for last week. And this is my investment account balance. If you guys didn't know, every week I bet $25 and I also invest $25 into this account no matter what. And yeah, guys, I think that's it. I showed you guys my investment account. I showed you guys my current ranking, my last week's results. Let me know what you guys think about the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Seriously, guys, I have 92 subscribers now. I really didn't think I was gonna get 100 subscribers. I feel like it was gonna take a lot longer, but it seems like people are still subscribing. So I really appreciate it if you guys do. I'm pretty sure a lot of people watch the videos but don't subscribe. Thanks for watching anyways, but please subscribe. I'm gonna keep posting for like a long time. I don't think I'm ever gonna stop unless I stop picking, and I don't see that happening, because I'm gonna keep watching the UFC, and one of these days I'm gonna get number 1 on Tapology. I can feel it. I was number 12, but I can get number 1. I can do it. So yeah, guys, thanks so much for liking, subscribing, commenting if you guys have. I really appreciate it. Everything helps. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.